Hey, this is Algorithm. We're going to demonstrate the Data Emperor achievement in Deus Ex Mankind Divided Breach mode. We have to clear 5 Tier 4A servers. The enemies we will face are at max levels in all 3 areas: damage, defense, and delay. Unless you have purposely worked towards max levels, your enemy should be less powerful, easier to defeat, slower, and less likely to detect your avatar. Enemy levels, as you most likely know, can be reduced through the use of new viruses. The goal of this video, though, was to demonstrate how a basic avatar can clear 5 Tier 4 servers facing the greatest adversity. We will use a Class B pistol and a Class B stun rifle. They've been upgraded but are very weak weapons. We have regular and EMP ammo for the pistol, but have no curatives or other items in our loadout. We will not use expansion items, grenades, or mines. We will be using these augments: long jump, triple jump, basic cloak, punch through walls, Icarus dash and precise Icarus dash, EMP defense. We will also set these augments, but will not rely on them: focus, increased remote hack range, increased crawl speed, cloak takedowns. We won't use focus at all. It is a useful augment, but it uses a lot of energy. Since we're using the minimum energy level, we don't have enough to spare for focus. I've also set enemy field of view, but that is because it is useful in this video to better show the enemies. We will not be using it for gameplay purposes. We begin with S01 Stockade. Use this breach point. There are 2 others. Toggle left or right on the D-pad to get the middle breach point.
Default security algorithm.
Turn left and go straight through the fake wall. Download the data store you find there. Exit, and then smash the breakable wall that was behind you when you spawned. Go through it and drop down. Turn left. We'll download the data store on the way out, but you can do it now if you want. Draw any weapon and shoot the glass out. Even though I shoot the whole panel out, only 1 shot is needed. Go through the hazardous area to download the data store. You'll get minor damage. Back out the way you came, downloading the data store you passed if you haven't already done it. Then go to the breach point. There you have it. Super easy if you choose this breach point. It's a lot more challenging if you enter elsewhere or if you're going for all data. Next up is S02 Stockade. We have a time constraint as we have to download 60 terabytes of data. The 2 largest data stores are 15 terabytes each. One is on hazardous flooring, and the other is behind glass we'll have to shoot out. We could leave these 2 data stores near the breach point to the end. As we'll see later, there's a good hiding place near the breach point, so we can extract 50 terabytes of data and hide near the breach point. When the alarms have died down, we can pop out, initiate download, and return to the breach point before download completes to activate lockdown. However, doing them first is a little faster. It's fairly safe. Initiating download arouses some suspicion, but if we avoid the lasers, we don't initiate an alarm. Jumping up, we prepare to go out to the first 15 terabyte store. It's covered by 2 turrets and stands on hazardous flooring. We'll just make a quick dash, initiate download, and dash out before absorbing too much damage. There's an alarm in effect, and the avatar has been detected. Before jumping up to the roof, I do a little hop so the enemies will fixate where the avatar was on the 3rd level. We do not want the flying drones to be searching the 4th level. There are 2 5 terabyte stores on the roof to download. Looking down, we can see the hostile drones. We successfully diverted their attention to the lower level. We activate Cloak to bypass the alert and hostile enemies, and go after the 2 5 terabyte stores in the back. If you hug the back wall, you can avoid the hazardous floor. With our minimum energy, Cloak only lasts a couple of seconds. As we go out, we shoot out the glass and download the 15 terabyte store. Then we go back to the breach point. A direct hit from a max level enemy will 1-shot kill our avatar. Since the data is still downloading and the breach point is not opened, we'll hide behind a fake wall near the breach point. Had we left the two 5 terabyte stores below us to the end, rather than going after them first, this is where we'd hide till the alarm died down. Once the 6 terabytes is downloaded, the breach point opens, stepping into it clears the server. Moving on to S03 Thorax, we have to download 50 terabytes. There is no time limit. With our minimalistic setup, we'll take our time. We'll be cautious to save our meager health and energy. Our route will not be efficient. For safety's sake, we will do some backtracking.
Systems anomalies detected.
Profiling.
This first server is a good one to leave to the end, since it's just a few steps away from the breach point. I'm just getting it out of the way now because I'm a little impatient. There's a data store on hazardous flooring, so we'll need a cube to stand on for safety. I didn't like the way the first one landed, so I went for a second one. Time is not a factor, and the surroundings here are safe, so it made sense to add the second cube. You can jump across the gap to get this data store, but you can't just jump across. You have to drop and jump while dropping. This usually will cause you to lose quite a bit of health on the hazardous floor. So we use up some energy and precise Icarus dash to the store to minimize our exposure. Once back on the ledge facing in the direction of the data store we just downloaded, turn half right and double or triple jump to the high data store. Then use the ledge to jump around and get the corresponding data store on the other side. You can ignore the high data store sticking out of the wall. It is very small and won't help us much.
Unverified audible disturbance detected.
Determine server threat status.
Downloading the data stores arouses suspicion. I'll fast forward while we wait for the suspicions to die down before moving on.
Authorized. Move to next.
We'll hop down to the ledge we were on earlier, and from there down to the bottom level to download a data store. Slip by this blue laser to avoid detection. We'll be coming back here for the data store in the chamber to the right, and don't want to increase the enemy presence.
Waypoint secured. Anomalies equals 0.
Resume.
We'll block these hazardous red lasers. It will initiate a search. I'll fast forward while we wait for the alert to be over.
Ensure zero threat located at waypoint.
When the alert is over, we jump across to the beam. From there, we drop down to the cubes we placed earlier to safely download the data store. Only one cube is necessary. I'll use the second cube because the first one landed badly, and I wanted the base of the cube to be level.
Detected at current position.
Accepted.
Waiting for the rotating red hazardous laser to pass, we jump up and break the leaf wall to the right. This will create an alert. We'll hide inside the wall, and I'll fast forward till the alert is over.
Server threat detected.
Maintain. Server security is priority 0.
Unable to detect.
When the alert is over, we can jump up and initiate download of the hidden data store that did not show up on our map. I have to apologize, I was very sloppy. I was concerned about the laser, so it took me several times before I adjusted and got a better angle on the data store.
Maintain. Server security is priority 0.
Mindful of the rotating laser, we climb out the break in the wall and double jump across the gap. There's a drone overhead, so we keep a low profile near the wall before moving to download the data. The floor is hazardous, so we want to be quick about initiating the download.
Transmission in progress.
Acknowledge. Ensure zero threat located at waypoint M.
The drone is over the ledge we used early on. We downloaded the high data stores first, before alerts caused enemy numbers to increase.
Scan is protocol.
Coordinates clear.
Continue.
Scan complete.
We could drop to where we downloaded the bottom level data store. The last data store is just up a flight of stairs from it. However, we want to draw enemy attention away from it, so we'll head back the way we came. We'll trip the rotating laser. To redirect enemy attention, we'll jump past our hiding point and then come back to it. I'll fast forward through some of the waiting.
Continue enhanced scan for security threat.
Enhanced diagnostics data transmitted.
Server threat still high. Maintain.
Detected. Minor.
Move to determine security risk.
Server threat detected. Sensors
Confirmed.
detected audible disturbance.
Ensure source is zero threat.
Waypoint.
Potential threats still present. Maintain increased tactics.
Detection of server threat unsuccessful.
Defense Unit 58028 WP.
Transmission.
Maintain priority security scan.
With the hazardous floor and two kinds of lasers, we didn't want interference while we initiated the download, hence the distractions on the other side of the server map. Initiate download while avoiding the blue roving laser. Again, I was sloppy, I was too worried about the laser, and it took several attempts.
Enhanced scan unsuccessful.
Authorized.
When I finally initiate the download, this completes the server requirement. Lockdown is triggered, retracting the block we're on, and the obstacles we raised earlier to block the red lasers. It would have been better to have left the data store we downloaded first to the end. We would have been steps away from the breach point. It would have been safer that way, but we have enough health to survive this mad dash to the end. We didn't do anything spectacular, but it's still interesting to press down on left stick to view what actions we took and how we ended up with our score. That's it for S03 Thorax. Next in sequence is S05 Lava Wall, but I'll cover that in the next video.